welcome. Hello, Evelyn. Welcome to the morning stream. If you're new to the stream, my name's Alex. I like to draw and amongst other things. And hang out, have a chat. Feel free to write me in the chat. I do answer almost every message. Without further ado. Hello, Aleem. Aleem Beg 6641. Welcome to the stream. Hello, Azadine. Rochi 3943 and g'day Christina R5M. Welcome. It's a very peaceful day today. Had a day off yesterday, so apologies for no streaming yesterday. And I'm coming back and I'm relaxed, fresh and better than ever. Hello, Hot Meatball. That's a cool name. Whoa, thank you, Azine. I don't know how, if you can. But give it your best shot. I don't know how that all works. Thank you, Christina. I appreciate it. But you don't need to send me anything. If it doesn't work, don't worry about it. Make a dragon next. Ooh. If you came a couple streams ago, we actually made a dragon. I think we did one last week. So maybe next time. But I'm all dragoned out for now. We'll do one. I like dragons, so we'll probably do another one. Sharks are pretty awesome. Could do a shark as well. Okay, I may have made this part here too dark. Let me lighten that bit up. Okay. What's my favorite animal? Right now it's hyena. Hence the drawing. But overall, good question. It's probably something mythological. If I'm to be honest, something that doesn't exist. I have to say like centaur. Or like cyclops. Something kind of humanoid. It's a hyena today. So I'm just trying to get my music sorted out for today's stream because it keeps going. It's not playing the next song, it just repeats. So apologies if I'm not drawing at the moment. Because I was working the other day, and I quite like this website for music. We might just use SoundCloud. Oh no, it's not working on SoundCloud either. Alright, we'll hear this one. We're doing this. We're learning together. I'm just a little bit worried that some of these are going to be very loud, or I can search moods. Can I get a lo-fi? Euphoric? Euphoric sounds like a good mood. Can I just play this? Does that work? This was working the other day. What if I just restart this up? Yeah! Thuran got it. A hyena. Oh, no, it's just... This website's kind of trash. Not YouTube, the website I'm trying to get my music from. FYI. I just need something chill. Nothing crazy, just some background noise. Yeah, let's just get some lo-fi. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. back in it. I think the tongue's a little bit too long for the reference, but we can just shorten that. And everything else seems alright. Let's see if we can get the jaw done today. The bottom jaw. I have high hopes. Oh really? Is that true? I never really thought about that. Surely there's other left-handed artists out there. I can't be the only one. I think it's a little bit trickier, but not by much margin. I think it's only trickier because you can't copy someone directly who's right-handed. You know what I mean? Like people that, and I also think that's a bad way to learn. If you're just copying someone's hand, I don't know if that's going to be as beneficial as you think it is. I mean, there's like certain techniques, like, you know, holding out the back for shading and stuff, but like, you know what I mean. Yeah. Now that you mention, I haven't met any left-handed artists. Or at least none that I can remember. So maybe it is less common than I thought. But it's so normal to me because it's my everyday. I don't think about it. do the tongue as well. 5 years of practice. Good question. I mean, like, drawing's always kind of been around me. But I didn't take it... I started taking it seriously, I'd say 2 years ago. But I wouldn't say that I've just had 2 years experience, if you know what I mean. But you can definitely get to this point in 2 years for sure. Like, this isn't unachievable for most. But also, my 2 years is going to look different to your 2 years. And Joe next door's 2 years. You know, like, everyone's going to have their own process and time it takes for them in their journey. And how much time they're putting in. But honestly, I've just, drew in class, all that sort of stuff. But it's also a little bit unfair for me to say that I've only been drawing 2 years. I only started taking it seriously 2 years ago. My grandmother's an art teacher, and so it's kind of just like in the house. Grandfather was an industrial designer. So yeah, not that. Yeah, I mean, like, you're gonna pick it up and you're gonna put it down. That's just the journey, man. But I recommend just like have a sketchbook. Like, I'll show you mine actually. I'll take a quick break from this. Have a daily sketchbook. So this is my day-to-day. So I carry this everywhere, and I do something in this every day. Right? Some of it looks like this. You know what I mean? Other times it looks like this. Sometimes it looks like this. Like, you can't, like, some days you're just in it and other days you're not. Like, some days you do some cool perspective stuff, and other days it's just line work that you find interesting and flowed well. And sometimes it's just chaos. Like, I find another chaos piece. Like, sometimes it's just, sometimes it just doesn't make sense at all. But just do it every day. 2 minutes, that's good enough. It's like building a muscle. If you don't train it, it's just going to atrophy over time. And like, this is just technique training. This isn't really like creative training. This is just like a one-to-one. I'm using a reference. I'm trying to copy the reference. Like, it's just more value training and getting something to look a certain way. So if I did this every day for a year, I wouldn't have much creative ability. People might think I'm a creative, but fundamentally I'm just copying something. It's not very creative. Whereas if you do like the daily sketchbook where you try and do something from imagination each day, even if it looks bad, it doesn't matter. Because you're training that creative part of your brain. And that's more enjoyable, I think, than trying to beat yourself up about getting something perfectly in a reference. I'm just doing this so I can not forget how to do it. and get better at it. You know, there's so many avenues. Alright, quick drink break. Yeah, that's true. Like, this takes a lot more time, so when you finish it, you can appreciate it a bit more. It's also better if you're trying to sell something. Like, I've never actually sold any of my artwork, but if you're spending a lot of time painting or drawing or something on one piece of work, it's probably, not always, but it might have better sales ability. But that's not a rule of thumb, that's just, you know, you could spend 5 minutes of a piece of art and it could sell for more than anything you've ever worked on that you've put hours into. I don't know. I've never sold anything. Or you could spend 8 hours on this and sell it for more than any of your other people. Like, you can't control what someone's gonna buy. Like, a lot of people don't see the value in realism drawing, and I didn't for a while, because I was, you know, why don't you just take a photo and print out a photo? You know, a lot of people think like that. But also, a lot of people don't understand abstract work as well. Yeah, the right, you know, make the right art for the right person. Or the right people will find your art, is another way of looking at it. You're not making it for anyone, you're making your art, and the people that want it or appreciate it will appreciate it. But fundamentally, you're doing it for yourself. And it's not a selfish endeavor. We've almost got this jaw done. I think we need to tidy up the bottom part. Yeah, and if someone else can appreciate something you did for yourself, you know, even better. It's like music, you know, the best music is an expression of themselves. Or great, not the best music, but great music is an expression of themselves. You know, you can feel the emotion in the music. You know, it's not going to resonate for everyone, and it might not resonate for you unless someone tells you the meaning and then it might resonate for you, or you listen to it a year later and it's somehow different. Art is strange like that. There's no timeline for it. It's like, why does some work get popular when the artist is gone, and why does some popular as soon as they put it out in the world? The Loomis method. Do you use it for realism or just sketches? It's a good question. No, I don't use the Loomis method for realism. You can, I'm sure there's value in that. I'll show you a good example of me messing around with the Loomis method in my other sketchbook. Because I do use it. I usually use it for practice more than anything. But once you get a handle on the Loomis method, you kind of don't need it anymore. I'll see if I can find it, because I swear I had it in this sketchbook. Oh, here we go. It's over this one. I just saw it. Here. So here I was messing around with the Loomis method. This is a question from Sartharan. And, like, objectively, it's kind of terrible. Like, not the method itself, but these sketches. I was just messing around. I was having a bit of fun. So you got the circle, and then the other circle, you can extend the jaw a bit. Up to you how you want to do it. And then I'll give you another example of a head that I drew with the Loomis method in mind, but without the whatchamacallit. What do they call it? Like the sketch beforehand. Just pen to paper or ink to paper. But if I was to I'll show you the starting method, because you weren't here to see the origins of this sketch. So we have the hyena here. So what I'd do is I'd draw the nose. I draw just the main shapes. Right, so I'm just looking at the main shapes. I'm not doing any detail yet. Nose is just a circle. Tongue is just like a rectangle. Got the jaw lines here. Eyes are going to be somewhere here. And then the head and the ear. And then you kind of like dial down into details once you've got that. Yeah, that's a very rough idea of how it works, but thank you, Rebecca. Do I use watercolor? No, I don't. I should though. I should learn. We should do a watercolor session sometime. But that was a good question from San. Yeah, there's so many different methods as well. Like the Loomis method. I don't know all the names for the other ones, but there's like a bunch of other ones that you can use. And but I recommend just drawing shapes. Draw rectangles. It might sound boring, but if you've ever used any like 3D modeling program, if you can do that in your brain, now this sounds a lot harder than it actually is. But okay, I'm gonna get another piece of paper. We're doing more of a study session now. So hopefully you can see this. So if you can start thinking about shapes in your brain as if it was a 3D modeling program, it's gonna help you so much intuitively drawing. So here we go, here's a box. Now there's so many different ways you can change this box. Also, if you're in school, I recommend taking up any sort of 3D modeling project, woodworking, metalworking, anywhere where you design in a 3D space. And look, you can split it down the middle. You can also split it down the middle this way. And then you can take a chunk out. Maybe we take this chunk out. Now we've got a rectangle with a chunk taken out on the side here. And then for it to like disappear, you just mess around with the shading and the what's light and what's dark. And then maybe we don't want this piece, so we take this out. How's that gonna look? But maybe we leave that open. And maybe there's a cylinder here that's getting taken out. Now if you can do this on a piece of paper, you can draw anything. I am certain of this idea. Like, I'm so convinced if you can learn to do this with any shape, take chunks out, add chunks, do it from different perspectives, you know what I mean? If you can learn to do this in your mind even, like doing it on paper, of course, but if you're like, don't have paper with you and you can just like imagine rotating a box in your brain, dude, it's gonna skyrocket your intuitive drawing, what you can draw from imagination. Now look at this. What could this be? This could be a bench. A person could be sitting at this bench. You know what I mean? Like reading a book or something. And now I have something I can draw. A person reading a book. I just add more detail. Or maybe it's a tunnel. Maybe it's a train. You know, maybe there's a cylinder cut out of here. It's a bit trickier, but you can do that with light and dark. Making it look like it disappears over here. And then gets lighter towards where the exit is. This sort of stuff is so underrated. Oh, F-Hap is back. Hello. Good to see you. Sorry there was no stream yesterday. I had a day off. And I'm going to be updating my stream timetable as well. It might not be an everyday stream, it might be every other day or something, but stay in tune for that. I'm going to be updating my stream timetable soon. But does this concept understand? Do you understand this concept? Thuran season? You can do it with cones. That's probably a bad example, but like a cone this way. You know, and then take chunks out. It's a bit harder with cylindrical shapes, which is good and bad. It's bad because it's hard, but it's good because it trains you better. Maybe just turn this into a pyramid for the sake of it. And then, you know, you can put a... And then when you start doing this, you start seeing stuff. Oh, maybe that's a door. And then you can have fun with the shape. Maybe it's a teepee, you know. It's got some designs on it, perhaps. Yeah, the world's your oyster. It's easy to understand, like now I understand it, but when I do it, it looks bad. So it's all about practice. Yeah, 100% it's all about practice. But I'll show you an easy way to draw a box, and then you can just have fun with it. Line, and that's your perspective line now. Go out either side. Doesn't matter really if it's this way or if it's out this way a bit. And then down, across, you know, you can kind of figure out the rest of your steps yourself. You don't need to do all the fancy stuff with this yet, As long as you're having fun drawing boxes. Draw boxes on 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 boxes. Just have fun with it. Draw lines. Draw lines that don't make sense. And then make them make sense. I'm gonna get back to the hyena. But we might do more of those instructive sessions on my method. My method is nowhere near like the only method is just the way that I conceive it. Draw the plague doctor. That's a cool idea, actually. I might do that next time. Calisthenics dude. Yeah, we've come a far way, fam. And I'm in a better mood because I don't have to work this afternoon. Yeah, for sure. Go give it a practice. Look up tutorials on YouTube. You know, YouTube is a brilliant place. I don't have any tutorials out yet on my method, but just the box method. Just type up how to draw box, and I mean, just go from there. Have fun with it. That's the most important thing. Just have fun with it. Yeah, thanks, FAP. That's the goal of today, is get the details done. Or of this session, at least. Of this hyena. It's a detail study. We've almost got the jaw done. I think that's the goal for today, is to finish the jaw. And then next session, I think we're going to get the bottom part of the tongue. It's a little bit tricky because we've got the cast shadow, so it's going to be a tone lighter. So I just got to pay attention to that. But everything else, it just kind of falls into place. Just do small sections at a time. Don't rush it. It'll get done when it's done. Also, let me know if you want to see some tutorial stuff on the way I perceive the drawing process. Because I enjoy teaching it, but I'm not really like qualified to teach, if that makes sense. I don't have a degree or anything. It's just personal experience. And I haven't made any, you know, grandiose work or... What kind of pencils do you use? Currently you have an H pencil for the light stuff. Bit dark. Yeah, that's brilliant. No 7B or 6B. Yeah, this isn't actually my pencil that I'm using. This is a mate's pencils set. In the studio that I work in. So I've been stealing his pencils actually. But this is a 4B. I think it's Casimir. They're good, but I don't think that it's the pencil that makes the drawing. You can use any pencil. You can use a pen. Anything works. I've been using 4B today. I've literally just only used 4B today. But I've used I think I've used 2B on this one, as well as I think a little bit of 6B. But you don't need it. It's just easier to like switch between tools to make something dark quickly. You know, it's like I feel like a good analogy is like a builder using the right tools for the job. Like a good builder can get by with a saw and a hammer, but it's just easier if you have the right tool for the job, right? If you want to get something dark quickly, you're not going to use an HB pencil. You're just going to use something like a 6B pencil because it's quick and efficient. Thank you, Carl. No, I'm not stealing his stuff. I'm just... I think he knows that I'm using it. So it's no hard, no foul. He doesn't use pencil drawings anyway. I think that's why he lets me borrow it. But I do have my own sets. I just using this for the sake of it. But you can get pretty cheap sets for like $20 or $10. I also recommend learning how to draw with a pen, like a Bic pen. I was gonna do more of that soon. I think I'm gonna be doing some more like realism stuff with a Bic pen, just to show that like you don't need fancy stuff. Have I drawn Sonic the Hedgehog? Ooh, this kind of looks like Sonic if he was thrown into the reality. No, I've never actually drawn Sonic the Hedgehog. Pen is for confident people. That's why you do. That's why you gotta do it, man. That's why you gotta do it. Like, I know it's cheesy to say, and I think a lot of people like already say it. But you know, like, draw with a pen. Because you're gonna make mistakes, and then eventually you're gonna learn how to fix them on the fly. So I think it's just good to learn. But you can still you can still map it out with your pencil. You know what I mean? Like, map out the sketch with your pencil and then go with a pen. That's totally cool. You know, there's no right or wrong way to do it. Yeah, Sonic is really cool. Absolute classic. But you're also just going to have a different effect if you're drawing with a pen as well. Like, I'll show you my go-to. If you really want to throw yourself in the deep end, draw with a brush pen. I don't know if you've ever seen people do this. Kim Jong-gi, he's a very famous cartoon and manga. He's a Korean manga artist. He's very good with the brush pen. And yeah, if you can get good at that, you can get good at anything. Thanks, Carl. Appreciate that. That's a good point, actually. The bigger issue is how much paper gets crumbled in the process. Yup. But eventually you're not going to have any more paper to crumble. You're going to have to uncrumble one of those pieces of paper and just deal with it, you know? Just deal with the mistakes. Oh, I forgot to charge mine. Charge one. Yeah, you can check them out online. Like, that's not gonna... Like, it'll be a bit of a humbling process if you try to learn with that thing. It's humbling for me as well, whenever I pick it up. But you get some cool effects. You can get thick lines very easily, you get thin lines very easily. But yeah, it's not the tool that makes the artist. It's the artist that can use any tool. I think we're kind of done with the draw now. All that rambling, I kind of forgot that we finished it. Look at that. Yeah. Sorry about that, F-hat. I'm in a good mood today. No work. Unless you classify this as work. But yeah, the place I work at isn't the nicest, so I'm usually in a bad mood if I'm having to go to work. But it's neither here nor there. Yo, it's Charles. Everyone give it up for Charles, the one and only. Ooh, very close. I think it's in the dog family. I don't know if you were here when we started on it. But I'll give you another guess. Let me answer the first one. Exactly. Oh, by the way, what made you want to draw? I feel like relying on someone else for art can be tricky. Because no one knows you exactly like you do. Yeah, exactly. I think use other artists for inspiration if you can. You know, study other artists, but don't get too caught up trying to match what they can do, and just do your own thing. You know, just have fun with it. I just like the process. I like that it calms me down. I'm a bit of an anxious person, so whenever I'm drawing, I'm usually pretty relaxed. Sketch, this is more effort than most of my good sketches. Yeah, sorry about that. I mean, just a little bit each morning goes a long way. I still feel like I'm sketching when I'm doing this. I'm not putting too much thought into it. It's just copy what's there. Same is nice to wind down after rendering. Yeah. I don't know how to render. I need to figure that out. And they say every artist is an anxious artist. I've never heard that one before, but you might be right there. You might be onto something. Oh, cool, you just blot the colours down until you see something you like. Does anyone do anything properly? Like, what's the right way to do something? Yeah. No, I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. Because I enjoy doing it. I have a lot of fun doing these streams. Oh, yeah. Bunch of mates hanging out. Yeah, I feel a similar way when I was watching a few streams that you ask questions and they just get missed. You know, I want to try and give back what I've learned, even if it's limited. You know. Oh, thanks, Charles. I appreciate that. But I feel like I've already reached my goal. You know, I'm having a good time drawing and being able to share my work. But I really appreciate that, Charles. Yeah. Hopefully. But I feel like I'll do my best. If I do get big, I'll remember the OGs. The day oneers. Hello, Fancy Cardboard. 8. That's a great name. Fancy Cardboard. Because you never imagine cardboard to be fancy. Yeah, but at this point in the process, you know, I can reply to everyone, I can help you guys out, because you're helping me out. Some distinguished cardboard. He's wearing glasses and a suit and tie. It's a very distinguished cardboard you have there, sir. Yeah, like, you gotta make sure. You don't want anyone playing tricks with your cardboard. Gotta make sure it's like good quality. There's nothing worse than undistinguished cardboard. Duh. Ooh, you're very close, Royal Ranger. We've had a couple people guess dog. And, I don't actually know if it's in the dog family. It could be, and you could just be right. But we'll see if you can guess it. I'm not gonna give it away. Coyote? You're getting warm. You're getting very warm. It's not a coyote. I think a couple of the other guys know. So don't spoil it if you already know. Oh, really? The cheetah? That kind of makes sense. Like, cheetah and greyhound are so similar. Even in speed. Like, greyhound's a dog, but it doesn't look like a chihuahua. So I wouldn't be surprised if the cheetah is part of the dog family. Because I just think of, whenever I think of cheetah, I just think of how similar they are to a greyhound. And you can just see a greyhound walking the street. Oh, fancy cardboard beat you to it. He did get it. Nice work. It is a hyena. I can't tell if it's laughing or yawning. Nice work. No, I'm gonna call you fancy cardboard if that's okay. It's got a nice ring to it. Yeah. Just draw him in the corner down here. Little cartoon hyena. What are they called? What's the name of it? They have names, don't they? They have like silly names. From The Lion King. I just love a good silly name. Fancy Cardboard's another one. But that's actually quite a distinguished. We already feel like we went over this. Yeah, let me look it up. I'm curious. Hyena from Lion King. I feel like it's Greg or something. Or something like something. What are the names? Shenzi? Ed. Not Greg, it was Ed. Yeah, their names are pretty goofy, eh? Yeah, you're right. It was Shenzi, Banzai, and Ed. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. That's just the way it's. Oh, and they're named something different in the remake. So in the remake, they changed the name. Shenzi stays the same. Kamari, gets replaced by replaces Banzai, and then Azizi replaces Ed in the remake in 2019. I don't know why. Thanks for the sub. Appreciate that. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I don't know why they changed the name. Honestly, I think Ed is pretty iconic for a name. I reckon we can get the tongue done. I feel like we got time to get the tongue done. It's a little bit shorter than what I have it sketched out as. I mean, all in all, we're almost done with this one. We just got the tongue, the ears, finish off the head. I don't think we're going to do the whole body and background. But if you want to see it done, we can do it. I'm not opposed to it. I'm just lazy. Yeah, I think it's like that size. Morning sketches while it's almost evening. Yeah. But it's got to be evening somewhere in the world. But I think I'm going to be changing the stream times soon, so keep an eye out. Just look at my homepage. I've got the times written out for when it is that I'm streaming. So if I'm not streaming as per regular, just check out my homepage and you'll see the times that I'll be online. Thanks, FAP. Laziness is a crime. Then I'd go to jail for life. Royal Ranger with the quick whips. Oh, it's night for you, chap, as well. Maybe I should call them nighttime streams for FHAP. Yeah, quick whip. That's what I was trying to think. Not quick whip. I think I said it was quick whip. Anyway. 2 a.m. No way. Yeah, 8:11 sounds a bit... That seems manageable. Two a.m. seems brutal. Must be a night owl. My partner's a night owl as well. She likes to stay up late. Do her study at night when it's quiet. I'm the opposite. I like to study in the morning when it's quiet. Get up early. That's alright. Come and go, maybe he went to bed. Fell asleep. Probably better off that he did. know, it's good that you join in for the stream, but I think you should prioritize your health. You go to sleep at 5 a.m.? Do you do like night shifts or something? Like, I've worked a few night shifts in my job, and they pay pretty good, but man, I can't do them every week. They are brutal. Ooh, reading time and art time. That's a good choice, Royal Ranger. I need to do more reading. Compensate for the lack of sleep. I think sleep is so important. Because that's when you learn the most as well. That's when your brain does all the learning. Is when you're sleeping. Yeah, you're probably just too tired, my man. Get some rest. Man, Royal Ranger, you got better habits than me. I am known for my uncleanliness. I mean, I clean a little bit. It's not like it's unhygienic, but I'm a very messy person. Someone must be flying on brooms all night. Fancy Cardboard's back. We're talking about sleep schedules at the moment, Fancy Cardboard. Curious what your thoughts are on this. Yeah, man, clean house, clean mind, as they say. Yeah. Hey, nice work, Fancy Cardboard. Are you graduating, or is it just holidays? Going to 8th grade. Nice work. Good on you. Yeah, I mean, Raw Ranger, we can definitely do some tutorials in the future. Make something wet or cracked. I can definitely do something along the lines. I think something with a crack in it is can be quite simple, but something wet can be quite challenging. If you go about it the right way, you can make it easier than you think. But yeah, we can definitely do some stuff like that. Like a tier? Yeah, we can do something. That's right, Raw Ranger. No harm, no foul. Nah, it's alright. I'm sure there's crazier people out there. Yeah, Reddit will do that to you, man. I was on Reddit yesterday and I went down some crazy loopholes. So I just deleted my account. I was like, this is too much brain rot. Yeah, we can definitely do some tutorials. I'd be keen to do that. Do you guys want to see like imagination tutorials or more like this sort of stuff? How to get values and things like that, and realism. Yeah, yeah. Reddit's kind of like the dark side of the internet nowadays. What do they call it? The dark web of the internet. Nice. I need to get my hair cut. My hair is crazy at the moment. Luckily, the next door neighbors are hairdressers. So I've got a barber shop next door, which is nice. Hopefully I can get some mates rates. Alright, we've almost done the time. Can you add some more textures? Yeah, for sure. I'm keen on doing some tutorials. I'll do some like 10-minute stuff because I don't have any videos posted at the moment. It's just kind of like streams and YouTube shorts. So I'll do some processed stuff, some tutorials, things of that nature. So you might see that in the next coming couple weeks or so. Yeah, the hair, I haven't finished the hair yet, so I need to do the whole top section, so it looks a bit scattered. It's actually, what time is it at the moment actually? It is, 10:23. in the morning for me. Well, Fantasy Cardboard and FAP are on the same time zone. Look at that. Alright, let me clean up the bottom drawer so there isn't so many messy lines. I think this jaw needs to be a little bit longer on the left side. Wants to be in perspective. Just a little bit like that. Tax toy, Jack's toy. No, I haven't heard that one. Amazing Digital Circus. That sounds like a good one. Ooh, Viking and Darkwave. It's a cool genre. Ooh, what music do I listen to? I listen to so much different types of music actually. I love like blues and jazz and Motown kind of stuff. Like anything with like a good rhythm. What have I listened to recently? Man, all sorts of music. If I'm drawing, I try not to listen to anything that's like too complex, because then I just get lost in the music. Classical. If you can get classical in the background while you're working. Does me wonders. You don't even have to understand it, it's just great background music. Yes, I try to relax myself as much as I can. I need to sharpen this pencil, I haven't sharpened it in a while. I'll show you my sharpening process if you guys want to see that. Here's a bin. Here's an open bin. This is how I sharpen my pencils. There's probably a more efficient way of doing this. I honestly kind of like that it takes me a long time to do it. It feels like sharpening a blade for battle. All that talk about peace of mind. Imagine I'm sitting at a campfire. Waiting for the intruders to invade. That should be good enough. Oh, it's still a little bit blunt. Okay, back to work. Sorry, fancy cardboard. I was just sharpening my pencil. Kool-Aid and salami. What a combo. My apologies. Let's get back to action. Oh, Eminem and rap. I do listen to a fair bit of rap as well, actually. There's this interesting bristle effect on their tongue. Yeah, I'm liking the energy of this song, eh? I don't know if it's gonna have like a beat drop to it. I think it's just gonna be a chill vibe. Or maybe it does have a big drop. Yeah, it does feel nostalgic. It feels like I've heard this before. Yeah, quick stretch. Oh yeah, I like Harry Potter. had a fade out instead of a beat drop. No way, you've never seen Harry Potter? There's so many, isn't there? It's kind of hard to get into if you haven't. Hello, HLY Himley double O. Thank you, appreciate that. Oh, you watched horror movies instead of as you were growing up? Yeah, Lord of the Rings is good as well. I like all the monsters in Lord of the Rings. Some really cool monsters in there. I think we might be finishing up soon. We actually got more done today than I thought we were going to get done. We did the bottom jaw and the tongue. So if you enjoyed today's episode, you can let me know by leaving a like and subscribe and all that jazz. Comment what you want to see done. And tomorrow, or my next stream, we're going to get done the ears and the top of the head, and then this one should be finished. So if you want to see that, you can tune in on the next stream. But yeah, thank you so much for joining in today. I really appreciate everyone coming by and stopping in. And yeah, that's all for today. So I'll see you next time. Hello. What's up? What's happening?